Walsh try to laugh challenge.
They desire to...
If you win the challenge, you're trying to laugh. Congratulations, you're 90% of the people on the planet.
They desire to erase our borders and undermine our sovereignty. And why do they want to destroy that? Well, because they believe that it's patriarchal and oppressive, and they want to get rid of this patriarchal oppression so that they can run around naked and have sex with anyone they want. Speaking of crimes against humanity, leftists in Portland decided to protest ICE in the nude over the weekend. So this was a nude bike ride, which turned into a nude die-in or something. So they rode on their bikes in the nude and then pretended to be dead. And so here are, what do we have? The images, we have the video, we have the images. So well, you see some of these images here. These are the images that my editors deserve hazard pay for having to deal with. And they decide, so I wasn't sure how they deal with it. Would they just blur the whole thing? Or would they go through individually and blur each grotesque naked body? It looks like they went through individually and blurred all the bodies, so that's... Sorry you had to do that, but anyway, so there it is. Of course you look at that and it's like, can you imagine the stench in that crowd? It's like a porta potty baking in the sun. Like a badly maintained petting zoo, it probably smells like. Like a refrigerator packed with meat where the power's been out for 95 days. Just awful, is what I'm saying. And I was also thinking about this, if I had to describe or explain the left-right divide with one fact, it would be this: that if you see a protester, and I know this is not revelatory, but if you see a protester waving an American flag, he's conservative. Right? He's on the right. And it wasn't always that way, but it is that way now. You don't know what they're protesting. You have no idea what they're upset about. If he's waving an American flag, it's conservative. So you know that right away. If you see a protester take off his clothes, he's a liberal. Like 100% of the time. 100%. If you see a naked person in public doing anything at all, really, but especially engaging in any kind of political demonstration, you automatically know that you don't have to know, you don't know what they're talking about, you don't know what they're upset about, you know that they're liberal. In the entire history of naked political protests, 100% of them, without exception, have been on the left. I've attended a lot of right-wing political protests and demonstrations in my day. I've never seen a single naked person at any of them.
Yeah, we know.
Thank God. Every day we're bombarded by terrible news and graphic violence, and we can easily forget that these stories do have a good ending. Evil has already lost. This month, join Hallow as they partner with Word on Fire to bring you the story of all stories, guided by Jonathan Rumi, starting October 6th. Join letters. Hallow, granted. But why is it? I think it's worth thinking about. I mean, you don't want to think about it. You don't want to imagine it, but it is. Like, why does it work that way? Why do you people keep taking your clothes off? I mean, we could debate who is responsible for the most of the political violence. It's not really a debate. The answer is the left by far, obviously. But there's no debate to be had about who is responsible for the most indecent exposure. Who is the most likely to flash their genitals in public in an effort to make a political point? The answer is always the left. 100% of the time. Literally never the right. And again, I think that's a disturbing fact. It's also an interesting fact.
But just
to ask,
so
why?
Easily by lies.
Why are you doing this? Why do you keep doing this? And there's a simple reason for it, which is that for the left, everything comes back to sex. Always. Everything's about sex. For the left, the thing that drives them, the thing that animates them, the thing that lies at the center of their whole political project is just sex. That's what it always comes down to. Even an issue that seems totally unrelated, totally non-sexual, ultimately still comes back to sex. Immigration. Like, what are they upset? Well, I think this was an ICE protest. So what does being naked have to do with it? Why do you need to show people your naked body to make a point about ICE? What does it have to do with anything at all? And you would think that, well, these things are not connected. I mean, so the left, they have this, they can't think beyond their own genitals. They cannot think beyond their own sexual desires, their own often perverse sexual desires. Everything comes back to that all the time. They can't get past it.
God, it's so easy to sleep when someone repeats themselves.
And you would think with
Saying something
immigration,
over and over makes me sleep so well.
you know, how is that connected? Well, it's not exactly clear in their minds. Like, if you were to ask any of those people, if you were to go up to them, if you were to brave that storm and go up to one of those naked people on the road and say, why? What are you doing? And they would say, oh, I'm protesting ICE. And you say, well, why? But why? Why are you doing it? Why do you have to do it naked? They wouldn't be able to explain it. I don't think they'd be able to explain why they need to flash their genitals in order to make a point about immigration policy. They wouldn't be able to explain it. But if they were to try to make, if we were to try to make some kind of sense of it, the answer is that they desire to erase our borders and undermine our sovereignty because they want to destroy our national identity. They want to destroy traditional American culture. And why do they want to destroy that? Well, because they believe that it's patriarchal and oppressive. And they want to get rid of this patriarchal oppression so that they can run around naked and have sex with anyone they want. So you see, it only takes like three or four turns it takes to get from immigration policy to sex. And usually it doesn't even take that many. Usually it's like 1 to 1. Connecting the dots is usually 1 dot here, 1 dot there, and boom, you're right back at sex. That's usually the way it goes with the left, but with something like immigration, it takes a couple more, it's a couple more turns. It goes there and there and there, and oh, okay, yeah. Because that's all these people care about. It's really the only thing they think about, the only thing they care about. This is what it always comes back to. If you'd like to see what else I have to say...
God, I'm back. Holy shit. So, I hope you enjoyed Matt Walsh talking about sex for 8 minutes. If you failed,
Look at me, yes, me. You make a request, and these seats fulfills the request, and then it stops existing.